Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Double Gameweek 24. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. Are you thinking of wildcarding this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the goalkeepers and the defenders. We've gone in for the double with this wildcard draft. We've gone for Pickford in goal with Fabianski as your backup. Pickford, I think, is very, very close to a price rise to 5.1. And to be fair, Everton's defense has been a lot better lately. I don't know how many clean sheets they kind of keep over the next few fixtures. Like Leicester at home, that's kind of the money game. You're expecting one there. Liverpool at home is obviously going to be very tough. Palace away, Man United at home, Brentford away, Wolves away. I don't know how many you keep in all those fixtures, but Pickford he's been all right this season. He's been plodding along with the points. He's not been the best goalkeeper. He's definitely not been the worst. But if you do want to attack the double, then obviously Pickford is definitely the goalkeeper that I would go with. If you wanted to go with somebody a little bit different, maybe you go with Alisson if you want to go with double Liverpool defense. I don't think it's worth it. I just don't think Liverpool keep a clean sheet in either of the two fixtures in game week 24. I just can't see it. We also saw what happened with Ipswich. I mean, they definitely should have kept the clean sheet in that game, but I just don't think it's. I just don't think the upside is really there for a double Liverpool defense. They could keep a clean sheet, obviously that could happen. I just don't think it will. Other options as well, you potentially go for somebody like Raya maybe. They do have City at home coming up, obviously, but apart from that, they've got some really, really nice fixtures with Leicester and West Ham in the next three. But either way, Pickford's your main goalkeeper. Also gone Fabianski as well. And this is where you could do some like chopping and changing, because when Pickford has Brentford away, for example, you can just play Fabianski, who's got Leicester at home. When Pickford has Palace away, you can play Fabianski, who's got Brentford at home. So you can alternate these keepers. They do alternate pretty well, because obviously Fabianski has Arsenal away, and you can just play Pickford, who's got Man United at home. Newcastle at home for Fabianski, you play Pickford, who's got Wolves away. So yeah, they do alternate pretty nicely, so I don't mind this goalkeeper combo. And then for the defenders, we've got Kirkes, who's got Liverpool at home this week, but you wouldn't be playing him. You just bench him, and then you've got him ready for Southampton and Wolves. We all know how good Bournemouth have been lately. I think they've conceded the least amount of goals out of any team in like the last 10 fixtures or something. They're absolutely ridiculous right now. Also got Mykolenko, so we have gone with that Everton defense double up. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I know a lot of people like attacking doubles. I'd probably go for somebody a little bit safer, maybe like a Munoz or something, because Palace do have some nice fixtures coming up. They don't have the greatest fixture this week in Man United away, but you can always just have Mykolenko, and then you just transfer him out after that, because you don't want to be going with double Everton defense into every single game week. I mean, you can obviously bench him. There's no problem with that. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the double Everton defense. If you're not going double Liverpool defense, I don't think double Everton defense is 100% the way forward. But either way, if you want to attack the double, then this is the way to do it. Also gone Gabriel as well to keep that Arsenal defender. He's got City at home this week again. Not ideal. You don't have to play him though. You can always play Trent, Mykolenko, and Hall, and then obviously just play Gabriel when he's got Leicester at home and West Ham Leicester away, should I say, and West Ham at home. Trent just picks himself. I feel like every single team needs Trent going into this double. He's looked a lot better lately. He could have been on for another haul in that last fixture against Ipswich if they didn't concede, but of course they did. And then I've also gone Lewis Hall as well. A lot of people are wondering like why a Newcastle defender is in this draft, simply because they do have City and Liverpool coming up in the next 5. But he just alternates really well with other players. So for this week, as I say, he'd play Mykolenko, Trent, and Hall. And then next week, you'd play Kirkes, who's got Southampton away. You'd play Gabriel, who's got Leicester away, and then you'd play Trent, who's got Wolves at home, and then you'd bench Mykolenko and Hall. And in the game week after that, you'd play Kirkes, who's got Wolves at home. You can play Gabriel, who's got West Ham at home. And then you could play Trent, who's got City away, but you do also have Hall, who's got Forest at home if you really wanted to. And then the week after that, you've got, you play Kirkes, who's got Brighton away. You play Gabriel, who's got Forest away, and then you play Trent, who's got Newcastle at home. So they do alternate really, really nicely, and I quite like these 5 at the back, but I completely understand, Newcastle are very likely going to be blanking in 29, and so maybe you don't want to have to deal with that headache of a transfer later on down the line. I'm just saying that they alternate really well with the other defenders in this draft. Again, we don't know who's going to be blanking yet. It's likely going to be Newcastle and Palace, because Arsenal are very unlikely to go and win at Newcastle by 3 goals or whatever it is. I think they're 2-0 down. Again, the other teams that are probably blanking as well, Potentially Liverpool if they can come back against Spurs, which they probably will because of how bad Spurs are at the moment. And again, a lot of people are going to have 3 Liverpool players for that blank. Again, a lot of chip strategies are dead-ending into 29 and then wildcarding in 30. It's definitely what I'm going to be doing. I have quite a few players that are probably going to be blanking. I've got 3 Liverpool, I have 2 Newcastle, I have 2 Palace, I have Fulham as well in Robinson. So all of my transfers now, building up to 29, are going to be getting rid of those players because I don't want to have to be I don't want to have to field like less than 11 players in blank game week 29. But again, we're not 100% sure on those teams yet, so I'm kind of saving my transfers now and seeing what that is. But either way, that's the goalkeepers and the back line. In midfield, we've got Rodgers, who's got Wolves away. We've got Mbeumo, who's got Spurs at home. Palmer, who's got West Ham at home. Kluivert, who's got Liverpool at home. And then Mo Salah, who's got Bournemouth away and Everton away. So, again, Kluivert, Semenyo, they're both really, really good options. I still do think that they're the best Bournemouth attackers to go with. I know there's the other player that's like 5 million, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, he obviously just scored that hat-trick against Forest. But Kluivert on penalties, seemingly involved in a lot more now. He's getting a lot more minutes as well. Semenyo is still a really, really good pick as well, but Kluivert does have the penalties, so it depends. The thing about Kluivert I said in my last video was that his minutes are a little bit bad, and you can see like 0, 69, 68, but over the last 2, you know, where he's just been scoring ridiculous points, 90 and 87. So if that carries on, you know, Kluivert is a really, really solid pick. If he's getting the minutes that Semenyo gets and he's on penalties, he's just a better option in my opinion. Mo Salah obviously picks himself. I mean, he's going to be triple captained a lot in this double game week. The fixtures could be better. As I say, Bournemouth have been very solid defensively, and then Everton away, I don't know how that's going to go. It could go either way, really, with these derbies. But yeah, he's still going to be the standout captaincy this week. And again, like I say, a lot of people are going to be triple captaining him. Still gone Cole Palmer as well. A lot of people don't want Palmer in the team for some reason. I think the fixtures are absolutely fine from an attacking point of view. West Ham at home this week, Brighton away, who don't look very good at the moment. Villa away, they have been quite leaky this season. And then you've got Southampton and Leicester at home, which are the 2 best fixtures you won all season back to back. Like, that is a ridiculous fixture run in my opinion for Cole Palmer. And Mbeumo as well, I think his stock is going to shoot up now. You know, Spurs at home, really, really good fixture for Brentford with how bad Spurs are at the moment and how good Brentford are at home. And then they've got West Ham, Leicester, Everton, Villa as well, all coming up. And Mbeumo on penalties, solid player. One of the best players I think you can own in FPL this season for his price and what he actually produces. So really, really like him as an option. I definitely think if you don't have him yet, and you're not on a wild card, he's definitely a player that you should probably think about bringing in relatively soon because he's going to be a points magnet, I expect. And I've also gone Rodgers as well. He's got Wolves away this week, Ipswich at home the week after. Again, another player that might be blanking in game week 29 with Aston Villa, but again, we don't know that for sure. So that's why he's in the team. There are other options. Well, you could go double Bournemouth attack if you really wanted to and just play maybe a 3-3-4 this week or something like that, or a 4-3-3 should I say. But I still think Rodgers is a decent option for that price point. But if you wanted to go Semenyo or the other Bournemouth attacker if you wanted to, then obviously that's absolutely fine. It's just the Liverpool at home fixture is a little bit annoying having that this week. I think a wild card next week would be probably a lot better, but obviously you won't be able to attack the double if you don't wildcard now. So they're the midfielders, and then up top we've got Gakpo, who's got Bournemouth away and Everton away, Isak, who's got Fulham at home, and I've also gone for Wissa as well, who's got Spurs at home. Again, just like Mbeumo, I think the fixtures for Brentford are just so good to attack from an attacking point of view. Not bothered about the defence because Brentford just cannot keep a clean sheet. But in regards to the attack, Mbeumo and Wissa are just the best options to have. And like I say, the fixtures are so good going forward for Brentford over the next 5. Again, if you're dead ending, well, I guess you can't dead end into 29 if you're on a wild card now, but if you're not on a wild card, dead ending into 29 with Brentford players are obviously really nice because when the fixtures do turn, you can obviously get rid of them if you really want to. Again, I think Mbeumo's fixture proof. I've kept him all season, even through those really bad fixtures. I have benched him a couple of times when he's got points, which are really annoying, but it is what it is. But yeah, until 29, they've obviously got some really good fixtures. So I think a double up in attack for Brentford are honestly solid. And then, like I say, Gakpo, probably the other better attacker to have in a Liverpool attack double up, just simply because he's on form. You know, he got another rest. Well, he got a pretty good rest after he got that 16-point haul against Ipswich. And I think he'll get rested in the cup games and everything like that as well. I think he's going to be the main kind of like Premier League attacker next to Mo Salah. And then Isak picks himself as well. Absolutely ridiculous player right now, even with the fixtures that they've got coming up. City and Liverpool away in the next 5. He's fixture proof. He can score against anyone on penalties. Yeah, just a really good player to have. So this is the wildcard draft that I kind of would go with if I was on a wildcard in 24. You could have an Everton attacker as well, but with DCL injured and then the other attacker also potentially injured as well, I just don't think it's really worth going there. I think you just kind of stick with the defense for that Leicester game, and then obviously you just kind of hope that they get something against Liverpool. You never know. But yeah, I do quite like the wildcard draft. It's not too bad. It's definitely something that, like I say, I would go with into 24 if I was on it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 100 likes. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on this wildcard draft? What are you doing in Double Game Week 24? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.